Well, hi, it's been a while. The last time I posted was Horror Nights opening weekend of 2022, so it's been nearly 3 years at this point. Things have changed. I don't have a buzz cut anymore. That's the only thing that's changed. Nothing else. I did actually go to Horror Nights opening weekend in 2023. I just ended up not filming enough to make it worth posting a full video about. I think in total I maybe recorded 3 minutes of footage. Majority of that was stuff I would have had to cut out because it was me filming the ground on the terror tram. Here are some photos and videos for proof, though. Bye-bye. Opening weekend of 2023 was really cool, though. The standout point being that when my partner, my best friend, and I were in City Walk waiting for the event to start on opening night, Troy Baker walked right past us. Most people would be excited to see him because he voices Joel in The Last of Us. My friend and I were excited to see him because he voices Reese Strongfork in Tales from the Borderlands. It's official, I'm finally going back to the event. I didn't go last year because life happened. Going this year, again, finally, my mental health will improve, my skin will be clear, nothing will be wrong with me, my disability will be cured. Finally going back to the event, I'm finally sitting in front of my camera again, and I figured the best way to get back into the swing of things in terms of like filming and posting videos is just talking about my hype list for the event this year. And this is specifically for Hollywood. I will also be talking about the Terror Tram, the Scare Zones, and the shows this year, but I'm not going to be ranking them. I will be ranking all 8 houses from least to most excited because I think it's going to be more fun this way. But a house being number 8 on my list doesn't mean that I think it's going to be bad. It just means that out of all 8 houses this year, it's the one I'm least excited for. Still gonna have fun no matter what. It's Horror Nights. It's like my favorite place in the entire world. Additionally, these are just my opinions on what I like, and if you disagree, that's completely fine. I literally do not care. You can have your own opinion the same way that I can have my own opinion. Finally, this video was scripted and written the week of Horror Nights Hollywood's opening night, so just keep that in mind as well. Number 8 on my list is going to be Poltergeist. Poltergeist has never been a very scary movie to me, truthfully. It's definitely a little unsettling at times, but it's not the kind of horror that scares me. I went through Orlando's 2019 Poltergeist house, and honestly, I really wasn't blown away by it. I remember that I did get a lot of the scares, but even then, I just found that the layout and the plot of the house was very confusing at times. This is coming from someone who has seen Poltergeist. Outside of my general excitement for like the special effects and the scares and the costuming and things like that, I don't really have much else to say. Number 7 is going to be Jason Universe. Out of the big 4 slasher icons that Horror Nights loves to bring to the event, those being Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Leatherface, Jason is probably my least favorite. He's not a bad character by any means, but I'm personally just not the biggest fan of him. The last time we saw Jason in Hollywood was 2017's Titans of Terror, which I did go through, and I personally found Freddy and Leatherface to be far scarier than him. I did enjoy 2016's Freddy vs. Jason when I went through it back then, but he's still just not the scariest to me. My biggest concern with this house is that I have no real idea what this is supposed to be about. Is it going to be based off of one specific movie? Is it going to be based off a bunch of different Friday the 13th movies? Like, are we gonna see Jason Takes Manhattan representation? I don't know. Number 6 is Fallout. I know this is close to the top of a lot of people's hype lists, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't really know much about Fallout. I haven't seen the show that the house is based on, and I've only seen like 2 episodes of one Let's Play for one of the games. My best friend loves Fallout, but other than the characters that they have a crush on, I really don't know anything about it. I know it's gonna be at the very least fun, but I really have no clue what to expect beyond that, so my expectations are at like 0. Number 5 is going to be WWE Presents The Horrors of the Wyatt Six. People have been absolutely fucking fiending for a WWE house at Halloween Horror Nights for years, and we're finally getting it, and I'm really excited about that fact. The issue is that, for me personally, when I'm following wrestlers, I'm not following the Wyatt Six. The people I follow are like Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. I really do not know much about the Wyatt Six at all. Regardless, it looks like it's going to be fun. Just from like looking at pictures of them, I can tell that it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Number 4 is Scarecrow the Reaping. For both my hype list and my official house ranking of 2022, Scarecrow the Reaping made it to this spot on both of them. So I feel like this is a good place to put Scarecrow the Reaping. To me, and I could be completely wrong, I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. In fact, I want to be proven wrong. Other than the music being by Slash, nothing else is different. I absolutely liked it. I loved it in 2022, so I am excited about it. I want to be proven wrong and have the house be at least a little bit different this time. Did Slash do the music in 2022? Hold on. I'm fully Googling this right now. In 2022, Slash did not do the music for it. It's different in that regard. Okay, we're finally getting to my top 3 of the year. I'm excited. This lineup is completely fucking stacked this year. Number 3 is Monstros 3, The Ghosts of Latin America. The last few Monstros houses that I have been through have been absolutely incredible. I went through La Llorona the Weeping Woman in 2022 and Monstros the Monsters of Latin America in 2023, and those were like my number 1 favorites of their respective years. The giant La Llorona puppet in Monstros 2023 is an absolute standout on its own. Then you combine it with everything else that that house had, and it is just mwah, mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful, love it. All of the monster designs look really cool. The folktales that they chose this time around are all like absolutely fascinating to me as someone who loves like horror folktale and things like that. It really just seems like it's going to be a shoo-in for top 3. I know this house is going to be good from a technical standpoint and also from a scare standpoint. I personally wouldn't be shocked if this replaced my number 1. Maybe I'm going in with too high of expectations. I don't know. Maybe it'll be dog shit. Who knows? Praying it's not. Number 2, Five Nights at Freddy's. Listen to me when I tell you this. I'm gay, okay? And I was a young teenager when the first game came out in 2014. Of course, I'm excited for the Five Nights at Freddy's house. Obviously, I am. I have been begging for a Five Nights at Freddy's house at Halloween Horror Nights since the 3rd game came out in 2015. We're finally getting it. It's just, life is worth living, you know? While I am personally a little bit disappointed that the house is based off of the movie and not any of the games, I'm still excited regardless. The movie was very good. I really do think it was a missed opportunity for them not to base it off of the 3rd game. The movie was really fun though, and the fact that they are working with the Jim Henson Creature Shop for the characters, like how they did with the movie, makes me like infinitely more excited for the production of this house. My username is Unhinged Muppet. I love the Muppets. And then my number 1 house of the year, shocking approximately 0 people, is Terrifier. Shocking exactly no one, Terrifier is my most anticipated house of 2025. This house is at the top of a lot of people's hype lists, and for very good reason. What we've seen so far, it looks absolutely incredible. The sets, the character design, the kills, everything looks insanely fun for this one. This may be an unpopular opinion, and keep in mind that this is my opinion. Are the Terrifier films very good? Not really, but they're fun. And Art the Clown is an extremely fun slasher, and I am so excited to see how they pull off some of the kills from the movies. Now that we are done talking about the actual houses themselves, let's talk about the Terror Tram. Blumhouse has made very frequent appearances at Horror Nights since they first appeared in 2013 in Hollywood. The specific numbers are 3 scare zones, 10 haunted houses, 4 terror trams, and 2 shows. Blumhouse is making a total of 3 appearances this year, with Five Nights at Freddy's, The Purge Dangerous Water show, and the Terror Tram. I personally do not think that Blumhouse needs that many appearances per year at this point. I mean, the movies that are going to be featured in the Terror Tram are Megan, The Black Phone 2, Happy Death Day, Freaky, The Exorcist Believer, and Insidious. The Terror Tram is always fun. It's always fun to get off of the studio tour tram and walk around the backlot sets. It's always exciting to walk through the Bates Motel and go and get your picture taken with Norman at the Psycho House, and then walk through the War of the Worlds set and walk through the Nope sets. Like, it's always fun. So I know it's going to be fun. I really wish we could get back to either some new properties and ideas, or some that we haven't seen in a very long time. Like, my favorite terror tram that has ever been done is 2016's Eli Roth Presents with Hollywood Harry. I even loved Larry Larva from The Exterminator's terror tram they did in 2023. In terms of the scare zones, I never really have a ton to say about them because I'm not spending a whole lot of time in them usually. I am Californian, born and raised, but I'm not an LA local, so while it's easy for me to get down there to go, I'm not going multiple times a week like the locals can. I'm trying to get everything done like as fast as possible, and like I'm not spending a whole lot of time in the scare zones because I want to be able to get through the houses as many times as possible. That's what I'm most excited for. I do absolutely love people watching when I have the time, but typically I'm just trying to get from point A to point B, and the scare zones are typically just something I like stumble upon. Regardless, I'm excited to see all of the sets and get some good scares from the scare actors. In terms of shows, I also don't really have much to say for the first one. The Purge Dangerous Waters premiered in 2023, so I've seen it a few times, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure if they're going to be changing it or keeping it the same, but regardless, it's going to be fun to watch. I do, however, have a lot to say about Chainsaw Man: The Chaos. I, like many other people, have been like really hoping that Universal figures out a way to get more anime into the US parks since they're so popular in Japan and Singapore. I figured something was going to happen at Horror Nights this year, especially after the Straw Hat crew showed up at FanFest nights. Finding out that Chainsaw Man is coming to the event this year really excites me. And this is coming from someone who I am not an anime person. The only anime I have ever watched all the way through was Ouran High School Host Club when I was like 13. And I'm 23 now. That was like 10 years ago. It's the only anime I've ever watched all the way through. Chainsaw Man as a property is just really fucking cool to me. And if I was going to get into watching anime anytime soon, I would start with Chainsaw Man. So I'm really excited for it. My camera overheated, so it stopped filming. Yeah, that is my official 2025 hype list for Horror Nights Hollywood. I'm going to be going to the event this year, and I do plan on vlogging it, so I will be posting that after I go. Sorry again for not uploading in like 3 years. Life kind of got a little crazy, so I wasn't really able or motivated to record videos like I had been. I do still really love making videos though, so I do want to get back into the swing of things. I've definitely missed posting since I have been gone, so I'm gonna try and get back into the swing of actually filming and recording things. I am gonna put the link to my card in the description. I'll also probably put it on screen. But you can go and find me places like Twitter and TikTok if you want to catch up with what I've been doing for the past few years. It's mostly been playing Borderlands. I posted my last YouTube video in September of 2022, and by November I had fallen into the pit that is a Borderlands hyperfixation. Like I said, I'm going to the event this year, so look out for a vlog sometime before the event ends. I'm also thinking about posting more stuff about like what I take to the parks when I go, my camera stuff for when I'm vlogging or filming, things like that. So if you're interested in seeing that kind of content, let me know as well. Thank you for watching. Sorry again about not posting in 3 years. Bye. This is Frankie. Say hi, Frankie. She's very unhappy with me. Anyways, bye.